What is up, guys? I'm the Onion Review Guy, and today we're taking a look at the TaoTronics Sound Liberty 88s. Big shout out to TaoTronics for sending them out for review. Like always, all opinions are my own. So these are the TaoTronics Sound Liberty 88s. They're a pretty solid pair of, the lower mid-range wireless earbuds. We're seeing a lot of these now. I'm seeing a lot of pairs that I can confidently call solid pairs of wireless earbuds that I can recommend, but maybe aren't the best and they aren't the worst. They're a pretty solid pair for their price point. Now these retail for approximately $59.99, so they're on the little bit higher side of the low end. But I believe right now there's a $15 coupon on Amazon if you're interested. Also through their website, I believe there's also a $15 discount. So how I'm going to structure this review, because a lot of times with these wireless earbuds, I end up just saying, hey, they're good, they sound good, because a lot of earbuds at this price point legitimately do sound good. There's not many complaints. Now, as we move in more with lower price earbuds and whatnot, not many complaints. So I'm going to look at what some of the claims that TaoTronics makes, some of the manufacturer's claims, and we're going to discuss them as well as some of the general use cases after using them for an extended period of time. So first I'm going to talk a little bit about the build quality on these. Fairly good. It is more of like a smoother kind of matte type plastic. We do have USB Type-C on the back here. They open up, pretty standard. 2 earbuds in there, pretty standard. They are a little bit rough in the ears. They are kind of, what you would expect from like an AirPods. There's a little bit of stuff on that. Okay. Kind of like what you expect from AirPods, a little rougher, but they also aren't glossy, so that kind of helps when it comes to, scratches and general, like design-wise of the earbuds. They don't get as scratched up as AirPods do. Let's just see. There's one here. Can't really tell as much on camera, but they get really scratched up over time. But they do feel a little bit rougher in the ears. They're a little bit slightly different designed when it comes to this. Like here, they're different slightly. So have the general AirPods design, which is something that you see quite often now. So I'm not too upset or like judgmental about using that type of design with the stem and the ear tips on top. So overall, the case, the design, fairly good. Kind of what I would expect from a, $59 pair of earbuds. Nothing out of the ordinary. With the Sound Liberty 80s that I was testing not long ago, these things are really crazy and different looking. They come in a somewhat AirPods looking case. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of the claims that the manufacturer, which is TaoTronics, makes on Amazon, and we're going to talk a little bit about them. So as you can see, $59.99 and then $15 off with the coupon. Very good price if you're interested in them. You can get them used, but I never understand why people would want to buy used earbuds. That always seems kind of disgusting to me, especially ones that don't have ear tips on them. They just go straight in your ears. There's not much you can do to repair that or fix it up so it can be used, so I never understood that. So, manufacturer's claims. The first one is smart noise reduction. So if you take a look at this advertisement, okay, slight device change here because the storage on the device that I was recording on previously ran out. So let's take a look at the features here. So as I was saying, the smart noise reduction, as you can see here, on their, okay, here too. Okay, so they do put in fine print, of course, but on their website it's a little clearer that this is not active noise cancellation, but it is a smart noise reduction. So let's talk a little about their smart noise reduction technology. Apparently it extracts your voice from background noises so callers can clearly hear you. I had no complaints from people who I was talking to on the phone with these that, they can't hear me. It sounded, when I had tested it with a phone, 2 phones, it sounded relatively clear. There's not a very easy way to test this one because you kind of have to have, 2 phones and if they're, you know what I mean. Trust me. But it did seemingly work well enough that it was something that I could say is not different about these earbuds, but like semi-different about these earbuds at their price point, though it doesn't have active noise cancellation, which is something that I think a lot of wireless earbud companies that are a little bit like shady a bit, they would put smart noise reduction tech and then they would kind of just leave that and they would kind of make you assume that it's active noise cancellation, which it's not. So I do give them a lot of credit for actually labeling, though it is in fine print, that it is active noise cancellation. You do have controls, so this is actually one thing I liked about it. When you take the earbuds out of your ear, they stop playing. When you put your earbuds in your ear, they start playing. Obviously, when you open the case, just like most or all wireless earbuds. It does connect to the last connected device. That's the standard thing. I'm pretty sure they do talk about this here. Not a big deal though, but it does play and detect when they are in your ears or when they're removed and whatnot, and that worked fairly well in my testing. Not gonna complain. There was a few times that didn't stop playing. I'm gonna admit that, where I took them out and it was still playing. But overall, it worked fairly fine, and I'm not too upset with that. They talk about superior stereo sound. Yeah, it was good. It was standard. Okay, I don't think there was anything quite superior about it, but it was standard. There was a lot of wireless earbuds, including their own other wireless earbuds, or other ones, Xiaomi earbuds and whatnot, that can match the sound. But again, at the price point it's a pretty standard, which is not a bad thing, because TaoTronics does do a few other things that I have liked with this. They say unmatched comfort. The comfort is close to other earbuds, let's be honest. They do get a little scratchy in your ear from being like the more rougher plastic, but it's not terrible. I could leave these in for a few hours before they got uncomfortable, and that's really the same case. Maybe I'll be able to get like 30 more minutes in with the AirPods before they start feeling uncomfortable. Where these I meant to get a few hours. So it's the same case between the AirPods and the TaoTronics Sound Liberty 88s. So let's see what else they are advertising. 25 hours of playtime. I didn't test how long exactly, but I used them for a good, a little over half a week in my normal usage. So I would have to say that 25 hours of playtime is pretty standard for earbuds, generally standard. And I generally got my standard usage time out of it, so I'm not upset about that either. So that was all pretty good. Now let's talk a little about my experience separate from what they are advertising. So like I was saying before, generally all good. We're talking pretty standard, in my opinion, on wireless earbuds, which is not a problem when it comes to wireless earbuds at this price point, because there's a few different ones that you can pick. I really liked how TaoTronics did have this in a pretty fairly compact design. The battery was, fairly good. Reminds me a bit of, at least on the case, it reminds me a bit of the new Galaxy Buds Alive. Again, these are all kind of standard designs, so it's not like weird to see other companies, copying them, because there's not many ways you can go when you're making a pair of wireless earbuds. I have seen crazy things like these Padmu Quiet Stem trying from Padmate. They do some interesting stuff, but in general, you do have to follow a few different designs, and there's not much deviation from it. So, in all, do I think the TaoTronics Sound Liberty 88s are worth purchasing? And I would say yes. I'd probably want to jump on that deal for the $15 off if I was going to buy them. So that leaves that, $45 approximately. I'd probably jump on that deal. But if you're interested in them, I will leave a link down in the description. They are a fairly standard and fairly solid pair of wireless earbuds. If you're just looking for something that has a good price and you can listen to music, they're definitely not. I mean, these, honestly, I don't care whether they're like the cheaper wired earbuds or these. I can't see a huge difference, to be honest, between them. So I'd probably jump on these. Other than the other ones obviously being cheaper, I would probably jump on these if I was interested in buying a new pair of earbuds. Now there's not much of a reason to not buy wireless earbuds, let's be 100% honest. So yes, I like these. I think they were pretty good. Before I stop, I did forget a spec that I didn't want to mention. Specs like this aren't super important, to be 100% honest, because obviously you can go read the spec sheet. But they do have IPX8, I believe, IPX8 water resistance, so you can, theoretically, you probably could swim with them. I wouldn't recommend that. More or less, you can use them in the rain and they'll be fine, which is generally good. I haven't had a pair of earbuds that weren't IP rated and didn't, then they broke in the rain, but it is, somewhat nice benefit to have that IP rating afterwards. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll leave a link down for the TaoTronics Sound Liberty 88s in the description below so you can check them out. Thanks for watching.